Hi, thank you, Juan. Nice show. Here's Tim.
Yes. So we're going to power to you because I
Why?
found out yesterday I had a class and I didn't have time to get my homework
Oh,
done.
yeah.
So I'm just going to
Okay.
pass it right back to you.
Let's do a class. Yeah, we had some confusion here. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen, you guys. By the way, we're on top of the clouds at Tim's house. No, wait, I gotta. Okay, that's a different text. That's a different text. Yeah, here we go. Right? Yeah.
We did. Oops, no, that's where you checked too. But
Okay.
we're
I'll
starting
make it
way
bigger.
we're starting way back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's depressing.
very depressing. We
Okay.
we only did 3 lines last time. I mean, we did 30 lines. I mean, yeah, we started. No,
Yeah.
next it's above
That's
this.
what you have, I think. That's what you have.
Right here.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You're right. Better? Okay. Go, Tim.
Bless you.
Sorry.
All right. Kachik. Chirowe Tencha. Chirowe Tencha.
Yeah.
Tencha Mayim Patal. Tencha Yina Chukyob. Should this have an owl in front of it? It's not Chukyob.
Uh, it should, but
Or
it's
there.
kind of colloquial.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tencha Yina Chukyoyi Yunten ni Tendang Pe Kyaba Cheer.
Character. Okay. So we're in the middle of Tim's text. He's doing a huge project, 50-year project on the perfection of wisdom, as taught by Maitreya to a Sangha. And it's a very, very beautiful text. It's the first 12 years of the Geshe course. It's the first half of the Geshe course. And it's 8 volumes. It will be possibly 8,000 pages. Good luck. Okay. So let's read it together.
Okay.
Kachik?
Someone comes along and claims.
Yeah. And by the way, you could say Chirope or you could say Chirowe. Same.
Same one. Okay. A non-Buddhist classical commentary.
Good. A classical commentary, but not one, a Shastra. Shastra
Sure.
means a classical commentary. It could be Buddhist, could be non-Buddhist. He says, Chirope Tenja, Tenja Mayimba.
Are you saying it's not a classical commentary?
Yeah. So I guess a Shastra or a classical commentary written by a non-Buddhist is not a classical commentary. Okay. He starts out with sarcastic statement. Oh, I guess a classical commentary written by a non-Buddhist is not a classical commentary, right? And then understood after Taoist said,
Why would you say that?
Chi. Why'd you say that? It's never written, it's just understood. Okay. We say, why you say that? And he says, because.
Because if something's a classical commentary,
Uh,
uh, it must be the case that it possesses the two good qualities of I don't know,
you could say correcting and protecting.
correcting and protecting. Okay.
Yeah. Check spell. Okay. I think it is off. Yeah. Um, okay, because that was our
Kachik. That was our
no, the definition
definition. Right.
of a classical
Right.
commentary. And by the way, why are we talking about classical commentaries?
Because we're studying a classical commentary.
Yeah, because we're studying the Jewel of
Realizations.
Realizations by Asanga and Maitreya, which is a classical commentary. So he says, well, I guess non-Buddhists can also write classical commentaries. And we say, why you say that? And he said, because it fits your description of a classical commentary. And what we say, well, what do you think is our description of a classical commentary? And he says, you said a classical commentary should correct people and should protect people. Correction and protection. That was your description of a classical commentary. By the way, it was our description, but it wasn't our
definition.
definition. Maybe. Okay. All right. How?
Namshe Rikpa Namshe Rikpa Le Chokyo Yan Yunten Chirna Tenchente
Good.
Nippon Didak Shengi Luklame Chis Sunwe Chir Serna.
Yeah, it should be Bay, right? By the way, I'm correcting these kind of things. Just I'm not making a note. Okay. Tao, it is so the case because it is so the case that correction and what is it?
Protection.
Correction and protection should be the qualities of a classical commentary because Namshe Rikpa. Okay, this is an ancient text by I think Asanga Vasubandhu, his half brother. Okay, and it's misspelled, by the way. The title is misspelled. It should be Rikspa. Okay, Rikpa means knowledge. Rikspa means
logic.
And we had it in Rikpa Tuchupa, the 60 verses, Yukti Shastika, the 60 verses on reasoning that Nick translated. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, I have 2 people in St. Petersburg who are willing to help get this book or try.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Because I mean,
it's very important. It's really important. It's like the most fun. We spent 12 years there. This is the most important thing that could come out of that effort. Okay. Anyway, Namshe Rikpa Le Vasubandhu said, Che Kyop Ki Yunden Shirna Tenja. Something is a tenja because
it has these 2 qualities of correcting and protecting.
Yeah, and then Tim said the sentence above the che is probably misspelled, right? Should be ao chan or cho, right? Okay. Then Vasubandhu said, okay, Nipo didak shenki lugla me. Nipo didak.
These 2 are not in the other presentations.
You won't find them in other religions.
Okay.
Okay. You won't find them in the religious systems of other people. Okay. Their books don't protect and correctly. Protectly? Okay. All right. So he said, by the way, even Buddhists say that the holy books of other people are shastras. They do say that, there's many Nidhi shastras. These are famous books of how to run a government, for example. Many. There are shastras about gemology in ancient India. These are still shastras. They don't correct you or protect you. Okay. Okay. Now, how are we going to reply to that? He says, here's a book by a very famous Buddhist who said that if it corrects and protects, it's a shastra, and other people don't have shastras. Okay, other religions don't have shastras. Vasubandhu said. Okay, now what's our reply? By the way, you could play with Tim. There are linguistic ways to find the words protection and what was the other one? Correction in the word shastra. Okay. There are linguistic ways you could play with that. Okay. It's fun to try. If we could get the original to this, you talk to this lady named Aisha.
Okay.
If you could get the original of Namshe Rikspa by Vasubandhu, he's probably making puns here. The protection and the correction are somehow based on the root shus. So shus and shish, therefore shus. It's something like that. I can smell it, but we got to find it.
So so this is still the other guy speaking, correct?
Yeah.
But then isn't it?
By the way,
I'm confused.
understood. We said Dagmadu.
Okay.
And we never write our responses in the Nix Nut standard publishing. We add the responses that are given. that are assumed by a Tibetan. Okay, because they're helpful for an English reader. Okay? So somewhere here he said, I disagree. And we said, I disagree.
Mhm.
And he said, it is too, because Vasubandhu said so.
Okay.
Okay. And then we went to Vasubandhu and we found it. And Tim's going to read it from Vasubandhu. Okay, here we go.
Chukyo yan ten chir na ten chade. Nipo didak shengi luklame.
Chikyo yun ten shir na ten chute, 9 beats. Okay. Nipo dida shengi lukla me. And that's how they count it in Tibetan with their joins. 4/4. So it's 9 beats, 9 beats. It was written in poetry. The original was written in poetry. Our author,
It did offset it in poetry. Yeah.
okay, he kept the poetry. Okay. He did keep the poetry. I'm sorry. Usually they don't. Okay. And then you can check the spelling and see if there's any important differences. I don't think there are. Okay. And then I had some other opinions on this because I think this one is useful. This is from Janya Shepi Dorje, who's a great, great master from East Tibet in the 1700s. Okay. Very great. And here's what he said. He's also quoting Vasubandhu. Can you read that?
Namshe Rick's.
Yeah, and he spells it correctly.
Namshe Rick Ballet. Nyunron Ja Nam Malu Chuwadang. Chupatang. Nen Nyen Joy Si Le.
Yeah.
Kyopche Pangin Pa. Chokobyun Ten Chirna Ten. It's the same thing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's pulling out more of the commentary, which makes it more clear. Vasubandhu said, we call these books Shastras because they correct you and they protect you. Okay. And then Vasubandhu says, maybe you're wondering what they protect you from and how they correct you. I'll tell you. And then he's quoting Vasubandhu, this Tibetan author. He says they tripa you from Nyomongidra, or they tripa the Nyomongidras.
They correct your negative emotions,
which are a da for you.
Which are your enemies.
Yeah, they correct your enemy. They fix your enemy. What? Your own negativities. They fix the demon in your mind. Okay, therefore Shastra, corrector. Okay, and they kyopa you from the sea of the Ngendros.
Oh, they protect you from going to the lower realms.
Yeah, the world of the lower realms. Yeah. Baba see as a realm. Okay, they protect you from the lower realms, like Sipe Korlo, the wheel of life, something like that. Okay, life in the lower realms. Okay, and then if we had the Sanskrit, I believe we would see that these two underlying words are the same root of shas, something to do with shas. Okay, it's some kind of pun, I believe. I smell it. Okay, Yimba. And then he says, therefore we call Shastra Shastra. Okay, all right, we gotta check it. Now here's an interesting commentary by Khalkhak Ngawa Belden, who's from Mongolia. And very, very wonderful writer. He wrote a great Vajrayogini commentary. We studied it. He's an incredible writer. He's probably the greatest Mongolian ever. And there were many great scholars in Mongolia. And by the way, Mongolia was a non-Buddhist country that became Buddhist and wrote hundreds of great commentaries. Okay, so it's something to look up to. There's 300,000 books there. John Brady's set for life. Okay, then here's a great Mongol author, and his opinion on the word Shastra. Okay, Shastra. Ready?
Yeah. Tenchu ki keda shastrai shasana shepa chupatang tara na shepa cuba
Yeah, they.
de chukub ki yunteni nino.
Yeah, good. Kedu means the original Sanskrit. Okay, du means a substitute, like a substitute teacher is called a du. And Kedu means the original Sanskrit for a Tibetan word. Okay, he says, sorry,
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
he says the original Sanskrit for tencha,
Mhm.
for classical commentary, is Shastra with a long A, Shastra. Okay.
Okay.
What's Shastra mean if you don't make it long?
Weapon.
Sword.
Or
Knife. Sorry. Yeah, it's a blade of some kind. Okay. So there's a word he says. Sorry. It's probably. Sorry. Okay, it's allergy season in January, and if you're kind, you'll send me to Kyoto, but it's allergy season. I didn't have them in Kyoto. Okay, or San Diego. I think it's Shasami probably. Okay,
Okay. That makes more sense.
but it's not. It's not sure. Okay, we gotta check. So the word Shasa in Shastra means it's probably Shas, by the way.
Okay.
Okay. The word Shastra in Shastra, the word the diphthong, no, the sound Shas in Shastra, which means classical commentary, means chupa.
Oh, okay.
It means to fix something.
Fix. Okay.
Okay. The root Shas in Shastra means to fix them. According to this Mongol, by the way, the Mongols were better at Sanskrit than Tibetans because they were writing in Tibetan. They were writing in a foreign language. So they were more interested and they were better at Sanskrit. Okay. Shepa Chepa and Tarana.
I don't know.
The Tarana, the Sanskrit word Tarana means
Means
Kyoba,
to protect. Okay.
like Tara.
Tara.
Okay. No, and then you could, if you look it up in the Sanskrit Tibetan dictionary, which we have an incredible one, Gulje means liberator.
Mm.
So Tarana means liberator. Okay. Therefore, Shastra means fix, protection, and what's the other one?
Correcting.
Correction. Protection and correction are found in the word Shastra because Shas and Dharana. The Shas means one thing, the Cha means another thing. And they're both contained in the word, and that's why Vasubandhu said protection and correction. That's the Mongol. Very amazing. Okay,
Really
cool. Cool, 非常棒. Okay.
And then forget the Sanskrit. Then we'll be able to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
clarify.
And this is all misspelled, like probably Shas. And it's probably Tarana with a backwards N, right? After the R required. Okay. So that's another story.
Sanskrit in St. Peter's.
Say again?
No, Aisha probably has the Sanskrit.
She may have and she may not. 90% of the Sanskrit was lost. That's why we don't study these things in Sanskrit, to be honest. Okay. It was mostly lost. 90% of the Kanyan Tengyur is lost in Sanskrit. Nagarjuna actually found, he recovered part of it 2,000 years ago. Are you making me learn? Probably. Okay. All right. Let's go down to here. Who's gonna read, Tim?
How about Christina, since you're close?
Let me move over to my honey bunny here.
So
You run the show here.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
균매의 대 대니낭파 상기의 weten,
Mhm.
weten churnamtag, gidra shepat sam yin paichir.
Nice, good job.
Yay.
Sure.
Kinmei.
That's not a problem.
No problem.
No problem.
That was some.
That was only
That was just the dashe,
that
the literal explanation
explanation.
of a Sanskrit word. Okay. That's just the dashe of
Hmm.
a sangepe tensha.
That's just the literal meaning of a classical commentary by a Buddha.
That's true.
A
Buddhist.
Buddhist.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he even goes more. He says, sangepe tensha namda,
All of them.
a correct one.
Correct one. Oh yeah.
And he's implying there's love. Okay. He says when you call the definition of a classical commentary fixer and corrector, you're only referring to Buddhist classical commentaries. And even then, you're only referring to Buddhist classical
That are
commentaries
correct.
which are accurate. Okay. Implying that there's ones that aren't accurate. And that's a debate. Okay. All right.
Again,
Yeah.
is that Nangpa also Buddhist?
Yeah. Nangba Sangyepa. Sometimes you say Nangba, sometimes you say Sangyepa, and sometimes you say Namba Sangyepa.
Is it more
Okay.
like for emphasis?
Yeah. And it's all three are acceptable variations. You can say Nangba, meaning inner one, which means a Buddhist. Buddhists in Tibet call themselves Nangbas, inside ones. And then sometimes in literature, they're called Sangyepas, Buddhists. And then sometimes they're called Namba Sangyepas, inner Buddhists, but there's no outer Buddhists. Okay. All right. Who's going to read, Timothy?
How about Tin Nguyen?
Oh, yay, Tin.
Yeah.
You
Kachi.
just
Yes. Shall I
got it.
read?
plain.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Chi.
Kachi. Chiron pe tenche magin pa theo. Te tenche ki seni tang trewe chi.
Excellent.
Nice.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank
I
you,
wish I could
teacher.
speak Vietnamese like that. Kachik.
Yeah. So someone comes along and makes another claim.
Okay. Chirope Tenja.
The non-Buddhist commentary.
Yeah. Tenja Mayambata.
Are you saying that non-Buddhist commentaries
Are
are not
commentaries?
commentaries?
Are you saying the non-Buddhist commentaries aren't commentaries? Why? Because they are chawa of the seni of a tenja. And here Ben Kramer is uncomfortable because they mentioned seni of a tenja.
That's right.
Uh,
Chawa means they
They're-
are devoid of,
they're
but
devoid.
they don't
Oh,
have. They don't have what?
they don't have they don't include the definition of a
Yeah,
classical
they
commentary.
don't reflect the definition of classical commentary, which is correcting and protecting.
Protecting.
All right, so he says, are
Okay.
you saying Hindu shastras aren't shastras? Like Nidhi shastras and you know, what do you call it? Ratna shastras, gemology books. Are you saying they're not shastras? Because, and then we say, why you say that? He said, but it doesn't fit your definition of a shastra. It doesn't protect you, it doesn't correct you. Now comes an extremely interesting and difficult section, and it's just yummy. Okay, who's gonna read it?
How about how? Oh,
Oh. That's all.
How's my God? How's my grandson?
He's big, full of energy.
Okay, if he's naughty, then you know he's our family.
Exactly.
Okay.
Detail tenile don me don long to dan ten to so true al lu lempa.
Nice.
ngang te
Yo,
yo te
yo,
tra
hey, yo.
hey yo tuk nhau hong hong
Nice, nice.
tên chữ chu trao sum du de che sum pe year sena.
Nice, nice. Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
Good job, Pao.
Thank you.
He says, remember what his last statement was, non-Buddhist shastras don't fit the definition of a shastra. Okay. Why? Because the same book, Denyi means the same book
Mhm.
says, and I went crazy looking for it, and it's not there. Okay. And it's in a dome. This is actually a quotation from a dome. A dome is a summary of a shastra or another classical book, and it's in poetry, it's in verse, and it's very super simplified. Okay, the ancient shastras by Vasubandhu are, incredibly difficult. So somebody wrote, now I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. That's a dome. Okay, it's simple, a simple verse summary, and people memorize them in the monastery. Kids memorize. So now we got it. Okay, it's a simple, and only one person in 3 million pages identifies where it comes from. It's a dome. It's a poetic abbreviation of Vasubandhu's text, which is missing. The abbreviation is missing. So there you go. That's how I lose hair. Okay. Took me like a week to figure this out. Okay. You just get the result. So anyway, the dome says, and it's very beautiful and it's very confusing. He says one bad thing, then he says another bad thing, and then he says the good thing that's the opposite of those two. Okay, like garlic, onion, spiced tea. Okay, the opposite of garlic and onion. You see what I mean? It's very confusing. Two negative things followed by one positive thing. Garlic, taste of garlic, taste of onion, taste of spiced tea. Okay. So if he's got 3 lines that he does that, and then he summarizes. So how many bad qualities are going to be there?
6.
6. Yeah, 2 per line. Garlic and onion, spicy, so it's negative, opposite. Okay, and then he does that 3 times. So at the end of this sentence, it says, Tuk gel. 3 of the 6
6
problems.
6 problems. So then it has 3.
And
correct.
possessed of the 3
Right.
correct things. And it's extremely difficult to figure out. Okay. So I put ABC for the 3 good guys, and I put 1 through 6 for the 6 bad guys. Okay. To help you guys. Okay. Because the last line says a good commentary, classical commentary, should not have the 6 and should have the 3. Okay, so I made it easy for you. Now we got to go through the 6 and the 3. And there's a huge commentary below, and I'm not gonna, it would take a week to read it to you, okay? But here's the essence. Dun me.
It's pointless.
Yeah, and there is a famous shastra by a non-Buddhist called Study of the Teeth of a Crow,
Crows don't have
which
teeth.
is meaningless because crows don't have teeth. But Buddhists are always quoting it because it was the silly shastra of all time. Okay. So that's a dunmei. It's meaningless. You master it, it's meaningless. It's like an economics textbook in the United States. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Same benefit. Okay. All right. All right. Dunmei. Useless,
Useless.
meaningless. Okay, dun lo,
Back, wrong meaning.
directly wrong. Oh, all pens come from their own side. Like some of the writers Shastra called the pen Shastra, how to make a Shastra, how to make a good with the right polyurethane. Also a Shastra, and also completely mistaken. Okay, cool. It might kill you. The microplastic from the pen might kill it, probably does kill you. They're just learning that. Okay, plastic touching your skin kills you. It gets into your body. Atoms of it, molecules of it get into your body. They kill you, get cancer. Okay. So anyway, nobody wrote a book like that yet. Okay. So dunme,
It's useless.
meaningless, and then dunlo,
It's wrong meaning.
harmful.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaningless and harmful. What's the opposite?
Meaningful.
Yeah, meaningful. Meaningless, ridiculous. No, ridiculous, harmful, meaningful. Okay, that's how it goes. Ridiculous, harmful, meaningful. Okay, that's the first line. Here's the second line. To here means
So
to means
to listen generally.
something they heard from a fool. Okay,
Okay.
heard. It just says heard, and then the commentary says heard from a fool. We talked about accurate authority. To hear means heard from the opposite of an accurate authority. Heard passed on from some idiot online. Okay. Okay. All right. To means like that. And then to. And to means
Like
to
probably.
debate.
Okay.
And to hear means questionable.
Mhm.
It's open to question. It's open to debate, meaning it's incorrect. Okay. And then the opposite is that drupa sur lemba. Lur lemba means to put something into practice successfully. Okay. So drupa means if you put it into practice, you will get good results. Okay. You ready? Just something some idiot heard, just something somebody thought. If you practice it, it works. Got it? Very difficult. You know how long, how many hairs I pulled out. Okay. Okay. Last one, Tim.
Yo.
Yo means yo, yo in New Jersey means hey man. But yo in Tibetan means it means deceptive. Okay. It means to lie, a liar. Okay. Ngen means lousy, lousy lies. I said, for example, science.
Okay.
That's just my commentary. Say Joe.
Free of or lacking kindness or something
Yeah,
like that?
it was not written out of love.
Okay.
The book, whatever book it was not written out of a love for people. It was written for fame, or it was written for money, or it was written to sell something or something like that. Okay. Say Joe. Opposite of that.
It eliminates all of your suffering or something.
Yeah. Misleads you, doesn't reflect any care about you, removes your suffering. Okay, bad, good, right? Okay, cool. All right, a densha,
A classical
a
commentary.
real classical commentary, true del.
Doesn't is free of those six.
Yeah, free of the six and possessed of the seven. That's what we say. Duh. That's what we say. Cool. And that was written in verse to make it easier to remember the content of Vasubandhu's ancient, very difficult Shastra, which explains the meaning of Shastra. And the dome or the summary is missing. We don't have it. Okay. Maybe we'll find it in Mongolia or something. I don't know. Okay. We know the wording, so it's going to be easy to find after its input. Let's see. Okay. So what was the argument? The argument was non-Buddhist Shastras must not be Shastras, because in fact, they are criticized in Vasubandhu with the following words. Okay. And then we answer,
Well, that's not a problem
yeah,
because correct commentaries are the definition of a correct commentary are already devoid of those.
yeah, no,
No,
those lines were meant to give the dun
I'll give. Okay,
of
the-
benches which were senidunda,
which were
didn't fit the
Is it-
requirements.
which okay, right, okay.
Okay, those lines were just meant to describe, they weren't meant to describe a real Shastra. They were meant to, they were meant to describe the possible problems of those Shastra. Okay, here's the notes to my research of that baby child lines. Okay. All right.
Is this why it's going to take?
Yeah,
years?
no, I'm doing the work for you. I'm doing the heavy lifting. Okay. But just so you know, I like to find out stuff. Now, I couldn't help but the teacher of Tim's teacher is the greatest textbook writer of Sarah May, which is the superior half of Sarah Monastery. And then there's a much inferior half of Sarah Monastery called Sarah J. And his writer's teacher was from Sarah J. And this is an extremely rare circumstance where we claim the student surpassed the teacher. It happened with Dignaga and his teacher, for example. So it is possible. It's just so you know, it's like one chance in a billion, all right? So don't get a big head. Okay. Anyway, his teacher was a great, great scholar and a wonderful scholar, and he very worth studying. And we debate with the other side of Sarah, like once a month or something. We learn a lot from them, and they learn a lot from us. They don't say it, but anyway, that he gives examples of the 6 and the 3. That writer who taught his writer 300 years ago, 500 years ago, he gave real examples of the 6 lousy commentaries and the 3 good ones. And I think they're beautiful. So they're going to be included in Tim's extensive footnote. Here they go. Who's going to read this, Tim? We can go one by one.
All right. Let's see. Marina, can you read the first one, please?
Marina.
Just Relatan. This?
Yep.
Relatan Poni Charok Sotok Gitan Chosta
And Ch Tabu.
Double.
Chotavu.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now we got to go slide back to the beginning. The first one was Dun Me,
Pointless.
pointless, useless to study. A Shastra, which is no good because it's useless. Here's the example from the teacher of Tim's author. Charok. Word.
Is that the crow?
Yeah. Charok means a crow.
Mhm.
So means tooth.
Tooth.
Sotbok means the Shastra for the study of crow's teeth. Okay. Now, whether there really existed such a thing, I don't know. Probably. It's like reading Pliny or something, the early Roman naturalist. He's got all these weird stuff. Okay. So that's an example of dunme, useless. Okay, meaningless. All right. Second one, who's going to read that, Tim?
How about cutting?
Yeah, cutting. Cutting. She sends me
Nipani,
beautiful poems. Yeah. Good.
Nipani, Kepat Nga, Shime Partonpe, Tenchul Tabu.
Second one is
Dunlo, mistaken,
Mistaken.
grossly mistaken. Okay, and this is a go backwards Shastra which Tumbas
that teaches.
teaches why there's no Kewangama and Kewachima.
Okay, well, no. There's no beginning and no end, or
There's
no
no-
before or after.
Kewa.
Previous or latter.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no past lives and there's no future.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is a Shastra which proves that there's no past lives and no future lives. Okay, now the crow's tooth Shastra was meaningless.
Pointless. Yeah.
This Shastra
Wrong.
wrong.
And Loke.
Big difference, right? And it gives you such a good feeling about the two, you know. Okay, what's a non-shastra? Something that teaches you how, you know, some useless thing like, I don't know, most of the stuff online, crow's tooth explanation. And then secondly, harmful information, like someone who's very persuasive and says there's no past lives and there's no future lives. Okay. What's coming up next according to our pattern?
Something that's meaningful.
Yeah, there's going to be something good. Here we go.
Juan Hasso.
Juan, Hato, where is Juan?
Here I am.
Here I am.
Ah,
That's great. Wait,
Okay. So A, right?
Yes, correct.
Sumpani. Ngung tok yen tabu.
all
That's
right.
it.
So something that's meaningful might be something like the Abu Samaya Alankara.
Yeah, which is the classical
commentary.
Shastra. You know, if you ask 1,000 monks the name of Shastra, 990 will say Muntokyan. Abhisamaya Alankara. Okay. The classical comment. Okay. How was it described? Dun, dun, dun. Meaningful, helpful, you know, something that will help your life. Okay. All right. Now we're expecting what next, Tim?
Something that's uselessly reported.
Yeah. Okay. Uselessly reported, which will be number 3,
Three, right.
which he calls number 4. Because I have taken out the good guys and called them ABC.
How about Roxana? It's middle. Is it the middle of the night for you? You're quite a trooper.
It is.
Well, she's at a night.
Shipani Chirol Gyok Tang Trulkor Ki Tencho Tapu.
Yeah, good. He's describing science books. And, you know, during his time, I don't know, 300-400 years ago, they were just starting to make machines. And people had just invented firearms. So he says, if you want something, what's the category?
Useless. Well, no. Just randomly reported or something that's.
Oh, yeah.
Rumor.
Rumors.
I like that.
Then you could take non-Buddhist descriptions of firearms. And Chukor means machinery, like books describing machinery. So for a Tibetan, you know, living in Tibet, even in my teacher's time when he was young, machines were just rumors. And firearms were like rumors, you know. They said that, oh, there's a big tube that can kill 100 guys at once. You know, everybody's like, oh yeah, sure. You know, okay. So for our author, it was canon books and machinery manuals. He's like, yeah, got it. He was wrong. Okay. That cost them their country, but okay. Next.
What's this one going to be?
What is this one going to be? Debatable. It's, yeah.
How about, which one is it? This one.
It's 4. Yeah.
Let's see.
Which is really number 5.
Lindsay.
Na pani to ri ki don du chuk ki chud yin
Yin?
che. Wait, which one? Yin?
Jinje.
Oh, Jinje. Oh, okay. Jinje Pei. Ten Chi Ta Wu.
Taboo.
Boo.
Taboo.
Taboo.
Hey, Lindsay, on your
Yeah.
T's, don't imitate a certain director of the mixed nuts. Say den,
Den. Den.
double. Good. Okay.
Okay.
Nick,
Okay.
even if you fix it, Nick, I'll never stop bugging you.
I
Okay.
didn't realize that.
He's the reason I like to make fun of you is you're the only person that doesn't get angry at me when I do it. Or not obviously. Tony.
Tori. I have no
It
idea.
means the higher birth.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Human, deva, or demigod. Okay. Those are called Tori, the three higher birth. Okay.
Okay.
Toreki Dundu, in order to get there,
Mhm.
you should make a jimba,
Make an offering.
an offering. Chujin is an ancient word for us, a sacrifice. Chujin is an ancient word for a sacrifice, okay, of an animal, as a religious duty. You know, the Lamb of God. You know, you put all your bad deeds in the lamb and then you slaughter it out in the desert. You know, so anyway, Chujin. Chuk means a bull, okay, or cow or bull. So there was a custom for your parents' long life to slaughter a cow and burn the flesh, okay, on the altar in Hinduism, in the times of Buddha. Okay. What kind of shastra is that? What was the category?
Debatable.
Yeah, debatable. You know. Okay. All right.
This won't be correct.
It would be a shastra about making sacrifices of animals. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
That's great. All right.
Now, what's the end of the second line? What is B?
B is if you practice it well, you'll achieve it.
Yeah.
Or if you practice it.
Practical.
Practical, yeah.
What book is that? Here we go.
Dodo.
Dodo.
Yes, sir.
Dodo Shastra.
Letter B.
Okay. Chupani untuk kian tabu. So easy.
Hey Dodo, what's the joke? Explain the joke.
It's just like, yeah, the same commentary, the same
Yeah, it's the exact same commentary he mentioned at the end of the first line. He's what's a good commentary? Abhisamankara. And what's a good commentary in the second case? Abhisamankara. Okay, he's being cute. All right. Now I got two more bad guys and one more good guy, right? We have time. I think so.
Which one is this going to be? We're going to have like deceptive and.
Yeah, Ngenyo means could mislead you.
Okay.
Okay, possible to mislead you. And these categories are not exclusive, right?
I don't know who all these people are. Janet, are you translating? No, good. Then you can read.
Symphony Shiro Be Rikche Ki Tenche Abu.
Nice.
Yeah. What's that? I mean, I gave you the punchline.
Well, it's a classical commentary of a Veda text and not Buddhist.
One of the four Vedas.
Okay.
One of the famous ancient books of Hinduism. Okay. My Sanskrit teacher was probably the greatest Veda scholar who ever lived in the United States. And they're very interesting. And the language is extremely difficult. And he devoted his whole life to it. And it's very interesting. So, I mean, there's some interesting stuff. But what was the category?
That one was slightly deceptive.
Yeah, like misleading. You could spend your whole life reading it and then just die, which is what happened. All right.
Nick, do you want to work on your unaspirated T's? Oh, no,
Sure.
in this next.
There's only
I
one.
don't know
there's
how
only-
much it
there's three.
matters, but I'll do it.
There's three. There's three.
Are we on 6?
6, yes. Or
Yep,
8.
ani. Chirobe toke tenche tabu.
Yay! Nick, you want to translate?
Sure. As for the 8th, we understand the thoughts of others. Toke tenche tabu. It's like a scripture that burns away the ideas of others.
What's toge?
Isn't
No
it?
idea.
Toge is an ancient.
Wait.
Toge is an ancient word for logic. Okay.
Oh, right. I
Like
got
toge,
it. Yes.
yeah, like toge barwa.
Yeah.
These are Kamala Sheila wrote a famous book about it. Okay. What was the category, Nick?
The category is Seijo.
Yeah, they don't really care about you. By the way, it's
Oh,
faulty
yeah.
logic.
This is the one without
We're
love.
studying
Yeah.
studying faulty logic in Ben's text. We're studying faulty what is it? Dokyams. Yeah. We're studying faulty parts of a logical statement. Okay.
And
Okay.
Is it so the 8th category or the 9th category is it removes your negative, your suffering, excuse me.
Removes your suffering. Who's gonna read that one,
I don't
Kim?
know. Does someone want to guess what that line is?
Oh, nice. Nice question.
Maybe it's the Abe Samaya Lankara. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
By the way, this whole class today took me about a week and a half to figure it out. Anyway, I think it's beautiful. It'd make a nice class, I think, for you guys to teach sometime. And you could get modern examples of each category.
It'd be a really cool G-Box class.
Yeah,
actually.
it'd be a nice G-Box class for Aldo. All right. G-Box is a series of grants that are given by the Veronica and Michael Roach Foundation, which really means extra money from Seiji, which is a $5,000 grant each time. If you are an ACI teacher qualified and you have finished your courses and you want to design a course with one of the translators. And then we'll pay you $5,000 to design it, and you have to teach it once. Then you can just throw it away. I don't know. I didn't hear
So since
that.
this is my text, can I be the teacher and the translator and work with myself?
I think it's a conflict of interest.
I can collaborate well with myself.
We partly want people to work together. Okay, it's not just for the information.
Just checking.
There's more notes I took. You don't have time to do this. I didn't make them big. There's the dome missing. And now we're on to a huge kachik, which is 5 paragraphs long.
Okay.
He's like, blah, 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 blah. You agree? Yes. Blah, 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 blah. You agree? Yes. Blah, 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 blah. Do you agree? Yes. And it's very long. So it's kind of difficult because you don't know who's talking. Okay. We got a few.
We got 1 minute. How about, hey, Gibson, can you read the first one so we can let's see if we can get through this?
Okay. 같이 너대 genki 천투 교배 생원 된 줍투 동배 슌칙대 주첸 랑 총바보 센젠기 존타 돈뱅 나 임바타오 덴주 임베체.
Good. Let's go through we won't waste time. Kachik.
Okay, someone comes along and makes a claim.
Yeah, Dode Gen. This is not the Abhisamaya Alankara. It's another Alankara that was written by the same team of
Asanga and
Maitreya, which is called the Sutra Alankara, but very similar content. One of the 5 great books of Maitreya. Okay, there now you've got 2. Okay. In there, there are let's consider the wording inside the classic of Sutra Alankara, which is part of that classic commentary, okay, which says Shenwangs are dendru. Dependent
things are exist by the
cause and effect things
exist in reality
are real. Okay, if something could cause something else, that's real. Okay, so that's a mind-only school belief. Okay, if a seed can cause a tree, the seed must be real. Okay, that's their position. Okay, now let's take those words. Okay, since it's a Shastra, okay, and everybody agrees it's a Shastra, okay, then the Tsombapo, it must be the ngak,
the speech
of a Drupta Temba, of a teacher of
that system,
schools, who is an author, Tsombapo, of it, who is a Semchen.
Who's a still suffering living being.
Yeah, and here Semchen, which normally means beings, is used as opposed to
Buddha.
A Buddha. Yeah, so sometimes Semchen just means beings, but sometimes it means non-Buddha. Okay, so we're like, hey, is Sutrankara a Shastra? Yeah, it's one of the 5 great Shastras of Maitreya. Okay. Does it teach that that cause and effect things do not have emptiness and they are real? Yeah, it teaches that. Okay. So its author must be a book written by a non-Buddha, which is part of the definition of a Shastra. If it was written by a Buddha, it would have been a sutra. Okay. So is it a Shastra? Yes. Does it teach something which we believe to be mistaken? Yes. So I guess its author must be a non-Buddha, right? Who is the author? This was my pre-Geshe debate topic. You know, what I had to debate when I was to qualify for the Geshe exam, I had to pass this one. And so it's dear to my heart.
So in this case, so then the next one is we agree what he says here, right?
I don't know. I'm not saying.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
He says if you agree that the author of that book was a human being and not a Buddha,
right?
Okay, then other problems,
right?
More problems.
Okay.
So Tim's going to translate these 3 lists of problems.
Okay, cool.
Duna, duna, duna.
Okay.
Duna, duna, which means agree if you agree. And then Dumina, you can't agree with that. That was by Jetson.
Yeah.
That's written by Jetson Jampa, Maitreya, the Holy One. Okay.
But was he a Buddha or not? And that's
was he a Buddha or not? That's a good question. Well, I don't know. You'll have to find out next time. Stop here. Here, January 6th?
Yes, sir.
I'm having trouble typing 25. Is that happening? Okay, Nick, any closing remarks, sir? Want to give us a cert update?
Just that it's really great to have you here leading these classes. So I'm really happy that we're getting 2025 off to a really great start. Thank you, Geshe Michael. Thank you so much.
It's really fun that I didn't have an operation this week.
I'm so glad for that.
I could get used to this.
Let's keep doing it that way. Yeah, at least for now.
Yeah, I'll drink spiced tea to that.
Salud.
Okay. All right. See you guys later. Juan, thank you for a nice new show. And thank you for a nice class. The first class was nice too. Gibson's class was quite good. Gibson, it's difficult for me to remember the word Gibson, and I want to know your real name. Someday write it to me. No, I don't. There's something about Gibson
I will
that
also make
doesn't
a
work.
recording audio to you.
Okay. No, I don't need to pronounce it correctly. I just need to give you a name that's easier for me.
Well, Gibson, what is it? Let us know. What's your given name?
Junmin.
Oh yeah.
Junmin.
Jim.
It's like established and compassion.
We're going back to Gibson.
Could be Jimmy.
Junmin.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Hey.
Jimmy.
No, that's worse. That's
Jimmy.
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I like it.
All right. See you guys on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim, for letting us use your palace. Okay. Yeah, we could get used to this. The food is better than Stanley's house. Don't tell him.
Enjoy the cake on behalf of Seiji.
Enjoy Bali. Seiji, I already celebrated your birthday with my stomach. Okay. Bye, you guys.
All right. Bye, Geshe Michael. Bye, Nick. Bye, Jimmy.